big bass streams. We've got another dope tackle breakdown for you guys. I've got a pig on the end of this line attached via a Nomad Atlas square bill crankbait. And I'm going to walk you guys through the setup, how I'm fishing this thing, so you can hopefully duplicate that. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Oh man, turn those notifications on. We've got a ton of new tackle breakdowns for you guys, showing you all the ins and outs of how we're getting the success on public waters. Let's get this bad boy unhooked, and I'm gonna send this one on its way. Nomad Atlas. Getting drilled, man. That abrupt stopping of that bait when you're moving it at a good pace is exhilarating. What's up, little buddy? Oh, you took one to the top of the dome. Another good fish, awkwardly hooked. I came up slapping at it. Super sharp BKK trebles. Another one in the boat. Tackle breakdown time. We've got the Nomad Atlas here. This is the larger size, already outfitted with BKK extra wide gap treble hooks. Love that. I've attached it to its stock split ring with an egg snap. That egg snap allows me to change baits, colors, sizes, etc., quickly and efficiently, while also allowing that bait to travel and swim in a natural motion. Now we're fishing this thing over pretty big, expansive flats. These flats have new sparse grass starting to grow in little clumps, isolated strands. I'm choosing to fish this bait on a little bit faster rod, and this is a Douglas X Matrix series DXC 805 MF. That faster taper and a little bit more crisp action compared to the Douglas LRS series allows me to actually snap this bait clear of the grass. How can I tell that the grass foul hooked my bait? Well, that short fluorocarbon leader, and this is Defiant 19.8 pound shock leader, is connected to 50 pound smooth casting braid. The lack of stretch in this line system allows it to be in tune with that bait. I can tell when it's wobbling and kicking the way it should be, and I can tell when it's not. And oftentimes it's when you get a blade of grass or you get a stock foul hooked on that bait, and the lack of stretch and that little bit faster taper rod allows me to clear this bait with just a sharp handle turn and a pump of the rod, or a combination of the two. And that bait clearing the grass is both important to keep that bait swimming naturally and freely, but it is also an incredible strike inducing mechanism. That explosion of grass off of that bait triggers so many bites. So hang on, we actually want to wind this bait down into the grass until you feel it stop vibrating, and then you clear it, and boom, a lot of your bites are going to come right at that moment. You guys saw I was clearing the grass, and I guarantee you that action of that grass blowing off the hook will trigger that reaction bite. This is why I like fishing this bait on the X Matrix rod versus the LRS. It's just a little bit faster, a little bit more crispness to that action. Helps me clear that grass a little bit more efficiently. Gosh, man, that is such a fun bite. You can feel that grass hang up on your bait with that braid, high quality graphite glass composite, and then as you go to clear it, crack, that fish clobbered it. Oh, funny. And they're stock. So one of the things I love about these Nomad baits, they come stock with those BKK extra wide gap spears. It's a good fish. Oh my gosh. This 8-foot rod really makes it easy to fire this bait a long way. This Concept A2 from 13 Fishing is fantastic for moving it. We're drifting with the wind and the boat's moving along with some momentum. I still want to maintain a pretty fast clip and pace to cover this water looking for these fish. So I'm fishing this on an 8.3 to 1 gear ratio to help maximize my presentation, be able to keep up with that bait and keep up with any hooked fish.
On the chatterbait. God, that's...
Oh my gosh!
Little guy.
Fun little one, 41. Even on this small fish, look how well this thing bends. All the way to the first guy. Just eating up all those head shakes and those digs. Even on a poor hook set, you're gonna land more fish than you would with a faster taper action rod. What's up, buddy? You're cute. Nomad Atlas. Don't be afraid to think outside the box, guys, and blaze your own trail. Not too many of my friends that fish these waters up here ever talk to me about throwing a shallow crankbait, especially on these big, massive flats. This bait is synonymous with laydowns and other types of shallow cover. Get out here on these big open flats, get yourself your deep cranking rod, this 8-foot Douglas DXC, make a long cast, fast gear ratio like this 13 fishing A2, 8-to-1 gear ratio, and cover some water. Trigger some reaction bites. Throw them a bait that they probably haven't seen before. If you're fishing a finesse dominated fishery like we are today, like they might not have seen an Atlas crankbait before. Because they're eating it like they haven't, I'll tell you that much.
Dude, we're on him in here, bro.
On this crank. Look at that. Jumping, pissed off smallies. You're gonna land more fish with this system. I'm telling you, you're not gonna land every one of them, but you will lose less. Big old shock absorber. Oh, that's a beauty. Take your time, wear them out. You guys are used to cranking on fluorocarbon or mono. You just have to train yourself not to reef and yank on these fish like we used to back in the day. You no longer have that stretch in the line. We make that adjustment by having a softer rod, but you want to refrain from any sharp movements, change of direction. Just let that system do its job. I've been guilty in the past of like trying to horse these big smallies into the boat way too early. They come up green and pissed off and eventually work their way off, but now he's almost pulling out. Oh gosh. That's how you want him to eat it, boys and girls. Gotta love it. Oh man. If you guys enjoy this tackle breakdown, do us a favor, subscribe to the channel. I've got a personal channel as well if you guys want to check that out. Turn those notifications on. We got a lot more awesome content coming towards you guys. We got links in the description below highlighting all of these products. Anytime you guys make those purchases through those links, helps us do what we do. Hopefully that'll help you guys realize your own big smallmouth dreams. I'm Oliver Nye. Appreciate you guys tuning in. On behalf of the Big Bass Stream Team, I'm out.